Hey guys, Happy New Year. It is officially 2017 and I'm very excited. 2016 was kind of a rough year, but as far as the channel goes, I could not be more happy. It's been an amazing year. I've got to meet a ton of great people, both YouTubers and otherwise, and the channel has grown quite a bit and gotten to the point that I actually have a pretty good community forming here, and that makes me very, very excited. So I was just looking at the numbers on my channel, and it looks like I've created 75 modeling videos in 2016, and that's absolutely crazy. But it's been so much fun, and the channel is now approaching 5,000 subscribers pretty quickly. And I actually started out 2016 with 50 subscribers. 50. That is just absolutely nuts. And I can't express to you guys how appreciative I am of all of that, all of your kind comments. It's really you guys that keeps me going, keeps me wanting to make these videos, and I'm just having a blast doing it. I just hope that you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. Okay, so let's look ahead to 2017 and see what we can expect. 3D Printmas is done. That was obviously something that was pretty out of the ordinary for me. So what's the schedule look like going forward? What are your plans for models and things like that? So let's talk about that. And now I hope you guys watch through the whole video. It's going to be kind of a long one, but I'm going to try and speed through. I've got several points to hit, and there's going to be some really cool stuff coming up. But I will put a too long didn't read version here at the front because I know I won't be able to hold everyone's attention that long. So first things first, I will be taking a bit of a break. There will still be videos every Wednesday, but there will not be a new model video for the next 2 weeks. That is for a couple of reasons. One, to give my wife some time off. She put in a ton of work to make 3D Printmas happen. This is just some time to recoup and get ahead for some of the things coming up. And two, for me to learn some new software that I've been playing with that will hopefully make my models better. But like I said, there will be videos. I think I'm doing a Q&A coming up in a few days, and then I have a printer review that I'm hoping to get done for the Wednesday after that. And then we will be back to doing models every Wednesday, and sometimes more. And then for everything else, just expect bigger and better. I'm hoping to improve the video quality, so bigger and better videos, bigger and better models, props, characters, things like that. I just really want to do more, make it better. I'm also going to really try to create a community here. I'm going to be doing things like live streams and even running a contest of my own. And then I'm also going to try and improve my social media presence. So the short version is just expect better on just about all fronts from me. 2017 is going to be a huge year, so I hope you're looking forward to it. Okay, so now for the long version. I'm still going to try and rush through this a bit because I've got a lot to cover. But as most of you guys know that watch me, my main focus on the channel has been the models ever since I decided I wanted to do that. This whole channel has been a journey of me learning to create bigger and better models to try and get to a point that I can create the crazy things that I have going on in my head. And I'm getting a lot closer, but I still have a long ways to go, and I'm actually very excited for that. But as I stated before, I created 75 individual videos about models in 2016, and now I even created more models than that because sometimes those videos contained more than one model, and there were some things I just didn't make videos for. So it's pretty safe to say that in 2016 almost all of my focus went to the models. And while that's a really good thing because my models have improved greatly, and I feel like I'm starting to get to a point that I can really be proud of them, that unfortunately does mean that some of the other areas of YouTube have suffered. And that mostly means like the video quality and stuff like that. So moving into 2017, I want to focus a bit more on the quality of videos and editing and stuff like that. So first thing, I do have a little bit of new equipment coming soon. So hopefully that will help with the image quality of the videos. And up until this point, I've been using a very cheap video editor. And it basically just allows me to cut videos together and not much more. And it's actually been introducing a slight audio delay. I'm sure most of you have noticed on my videos the audio is out of sync with the video just by a few frames, and I have not been able to fix that with this program. So I'm actually going to be transitioning to Adobe Premiere, which I know a lot of other YouTubers use. I just downloaded it, and I'm basically going through some tutorials and learning how to use it. So hopefully that will help improve my editing skills and allow me to do more things with the videos than I have been doing previously. And I'm also going to try to change up the format a little bit. Now, I should mention that these changes are not going to be immediate. These are going to be a very gradual change and roll out over time. So the first few videos that you see in 2017 are going to be very, very similar to the ones in 2016. Probably no changes. But you'll notice changes here and there, and it should be working towards a much better viewing experience for you guys, hopefully. So I'm going to be changing up the format on my videos eventually, and I'm hoping to kind of tell a story with how I've created them. Because showing off cool models like I'm doing now is fine. You know, some people really enjoy viewing that, but I think providing value is much better. And so I'm going to try and go a lot more detail with what I've done. And instead of showing like a time lapse and then talking about it later, I'm going to talk about it and show what I've done, go start to finish, give some detail about how I created the model, and then move on and hopefully explain, you know, more about the printing, more about the post-processing, just a lot more detail about it overall. And hopefully it will make much more sense what I've done. It'll be a lot better to view, and hopefully it will just be better. Now, I said that I was going to focus a lot more on the video portion of it, but luckily that does not mean that I'm going to focus less on the models. I'm basically just going to be putting a lot more effort into this channel. You know, I truly believe that if you want to make something great, you have to put in the work to make it great. And that's really what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put in a ton of effort and try to ramp up every facet of this channel and make it so much better. If you guys were watching throughout 3D Printmas, you knew that that was a lot of really easy models, and that was actually a very good thing because I had a lot of really easy models on my list that I had wanted to do or that people had requested or things like that. So it was a great way to get a lot of those off of my plate because you know, I really want to take my modeling to the next level and do bigger and better things. So I don't have to do the small things like that. And I'll still probably do things like the Pokemon and the characters and things like that. But the smaller things like the Geometry Dash icons that just really aren't that interesting, I don't want to do those anymore. I really want each individual video to be something I can be extremely proud of. So along with those bigger and better models, I'm going to be creating more props than I have before. And I'm really going to try and up my character model game and make those something, you know, really, really awesome with a lot more detail and a lot more complex characters. And I might even try to do some unique characters that I've designed from start to finish. So start with like sketching out some concepts and then actually taking that into a full 3D model. That'll probably come quite a bit later, but it is something that I'm working towards. And I even want to start to try and incorporate a little bit of electronics. Now, I'm probably not going to go too deep into that, but it is definitely something I want to do a little bit of. And back to the character models for a second. The ones that I've been creating now that you can see back there, I would liken to, you know, something fun, cutesy. You know, they're kind of a lot like toys. And I really want to take them from that to something that can be considered more artistic. And I don't mean like abstract artistic things like that, but I do mean like statues or things that are kind of more in an action sequence, like in a scene or something like that. And obviously I'm going to have to work towards that because my skills are not at that level yet, but you know, that is where I'm going with this. I'm really excited to work towards that. So that's where I'm going. And then kind of along with that, I really want to make these shelves a lot cooler because right now they're just kind of display shelves with random things thrown on there. But I kind of want to do more things like the Pokemon shelf, that it's very theme oriented. And I want to just expand on that, make that bigger and better. So in 2017, you guys can expect to see phases, and that is basically just going to be groups of videos that are dedicated to one theme that are released around each other. So you'll see a clump of like maybe 4 or 5 videos that are Pokemon related that go to the Pokemon shelf, that they'll come out at the same time, and then we'll go back into like some random videos here and there, and then maybe it'll go into like a Digimon theme for a couple videos. And then maybe it'll go to like a Slime Rancher theme for a couple videos. And, you know, that'll be something that's ever evolving and something that you guys will have input on as well. So I hope it'll be something fun that we can kind of do together, and hopefully you guys will be excited to see what I'm adding to the shelves and how they're kind of shaping up. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was more content and sort of building a community. So I get a ton of wonderful comments from you guys, and occasionally I get comments saying that I've helped them in some way or helped inspire them to start 3D modeling or something like that. And that just makes my day. There's one guy in specific, and I won't shout him out because I don't know if he wants to be shout out. I'm sure if he's watching, he knows exactly who he is. But he comments on almost every single one of my videos, and explains how I've helped him, how I've inspired him to start 3D modeling. And he's even tweeted me some pictures of things that he's created, and it just absolutely makes me super happy. And it's kind of given me a new drive to keep going and make this channel better, make it something I can really be proud of. And what I really want to do is sort of build a community around the channel of people who design things and that are very, very welcoming to new people who are looking to design things and beginners and things like that. So we can help each other, share cool things, and just basically be a really fun place that people can come, create things together, and put more good out into the world. So there are a couple of things I'm going to do with the channel to help foster that. The first is live streams. I'm going to start to try to do some live streams where I'm designing while I live stream. I've tried to do that in the past, and it's actually very difficult because you kind of have to split your attention. But I think I know of a way that I can sort of make that work. But I will be testing that, and hopefully that will get you guys involved a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Even if you can't make the live stream, I will put up the recorded files so you can watch it, see exactly what I'm doing. And if you are there in the live stream, you can ask questions, and I'll sort of try to answer. If the way that I did something didn't make sense, I can sort of explain it on the spot and things like that. And I think it'll be really helpful. Sort of going along with that, I'm going to create a second channel where I'm going to upload the full unedited video clips of me creating these files. Now, I might actually speed some of them up a little bit because some of them are 10 plus hours long, and I don't want to upload something like that to YouTube. So I would speed them up to maybe like an hour to 3 hour builds, but you will be able to go in there and see exactly what I'm doing in each section of the build. Because I've actually had a lot of comments of people asking me to post things like that because they want to see what I'm doing, and then the time lapses that I put in the beginning go way too fast for them to see specifics of what I'm actually doing. And the reason I'm doing that on a second channel is I've actually experimented with putting the full videos on my main channel, and they were kind of mixed reception. Some people really didn't like them, and just an hour plus long video of no audio, just pure modeling, is not for everybody, and I don't really think it fits on my channel. So I'm just going to create a second channel so it's there if people want to see it, but it's not taking up the feed of people who don't want to see it. And I also think I will be putting the full live streams up on that second channel once they're done so people can go back and watch them. But I will provide more details on that once I actually roll it out. And then probably the biggest thing that I'm going to do to try and facilitate modeling and get a real community going here is I'm going to be running my own contest. I'm organizing it right now, and it might happen as early as February, but I will release full details before I do that so you guys will be completely prepared. It won't just be like a random draw contest. It'll be more of a design contest, something similar to like what PinShape and My Mini Factory do. But I'm going to make it more specific to my channel and the community that I have. And I'm going to try to make it a lot friendlier to beginner modelers. So people that are just getting started and maybe can't create stuff to compete with some of the bigger guys. I want them to have a voice in this contest as well, because that's really the spirit of it, is to get people modeling. But like I said, full details on that will be coming as I figure out what those details are and as it gets closer to those contests actually running. And along with that, I'm creating a website, so that'll be where you like submit your contest entries and stuff like that. But it'll be a bit before the website rolls out, so I'll keep you guys updated for sure. And then last, but certainly not least, I want to talk briefly about social media and some other platforms and stuff like that. So some of you might know this. I'm not naturally a very social guy. I'm sort of an introvert. I can handle myself in social situations, but I much prefer to be alone and working on things. Social situations are very exhausting for me. So I naturally kind of back away from social media platforms, but I don't want that to be the case. And the people that are interacting with me, like in YouTube comments and on Twitter and stuff like that, are people that I definitely want to interact with. So I want to have much more of a presence on Twitter and in the YouTube comments and stuff like that. I try to answer every single comment on YouTube and everyone who tweets me. Occasionally things get lost, but I try to do as much as I can there. And I'm going to try to expand to some other social media platforms. And I got some really good advice a while ago. When I was trying to figure out if I should just open up an account on all social media outlets so people can find me if they want to. But someone told me, depth before width. And that basically just means go deep on one platform before you try to spread out to as many platforms as you can. And that really stuck with me and has resonated with me. And so with each platform, I really try to provide value before I just start throwing things out there. And I finally feel like I'm at a point that I can do that. I have plans for all the social media accounts, and I will actually link to them down in the description. You can follow them if you want to follow me on any of those places. My Twitter account is kind of just the unfiltered me. I will talk about some things channel related. I'll probably talk about quite a few video games that I'm playing. It's just me talking about what I want to talk about on there. And if you want to interact with me, I think Twitter's actually the best place to do it. You'll probably get the quickest response from me. And it's great because we can share pictures back and forth and that type of thing. So if you're looking to start a conversation with me, Twitter is definitely the place to do it. And, you don't need to do anything special. Just tweet at me, at ChaosCoreTech, and I'll reply. And I also have an Instagram account. I've posted a few things on there. I haven't posted a lot through Printmas because I've just been too busy. But what I'm hoping for that platform is going to be like sort of a build log of things that I'm doing. So I will like post a picture on Instagram of the model that I'm creating, and then when the model's done, and then when I've printed it, and then my wife will post, when she's primed it, when she started painting it, and then when it's finished. And all of that will obviously happen before the video comes out. So if you don't want to follow me on Twitter because you don't care what I personally have to say and things like that, Instagram would be the place for you because you can watch all of the builds without me talking about video games and TV shows and stuff like that in between. But of course, I suggest that you follow me on both. And then I will also be doing Snapchat and Facebook as well. Now, I still am trying to figure out how exactly I'm going to provide value on those, but I will put the links down below so you can follow me there for when I really dive deep into those. Because some of you know this, some of you don't, and you'll all probably laugh at me about it, but I do not know how to use Facebook. I used it when it first came out, when I was still in high school because, it was starting to be everything, but I quickly lost interest, and actually at one point I ended up deleting my account because all of my friends from high school kept finding me, and they're just like, hey, we're not friends on Facebook, and they're getting mad at me because I wasn't accepting their friend requests. So finally I just deleted the whole thing because I just wasn't on there, and I was tired of people getting mad. And unfortunately that has left me in a place that Facebook is like a completely different language to me. So I'm slowly starting to figure that out. You should see my wife's face trying to explain Facebook to me. It's kind of embarrassing, but I'll get there. And there are a few Facebook groups that I'm really looking forward to joining and interacting with. So if Facebook is a thing that you do, you can follow me there as well. But like I said, I'm not just going to throw these out there and try to do whatever with them. I'm really going to try and be active on them, answer as many comments as possible on each platform, and I'm really going to try to provide some sort of specific value with each platform rather than just posting the exact same thing on every platform. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I have one last thing that I want to talk about quickly, and I put it here just because I know that only the people that really care watch to this point, and that is Patreon. Now, I was actually thinking about creating a Patreon sometime back in March, and I actually put out a vlog asking my viewers what they thought at that point, and I think I had 300 subscribers at that point or something like that, so there wasn't a ton of feedback. But someone said something to me, and it was kind of along those lines of that depth before width that I talked about before. And it's really driven my view of Patreon since then. So I've done a lot of research on Patreon, and it is definitely an extra content platform. I don't want to just throw it out there and be like, you can pay me for something that I'm doing for free type of thing. I don't want it to be that. I promised myself at that point that I was not going to do Patreon unless I could meet these certain requirements. And those were, one, that I could make the stuff on Patreon valuable enough that people would feel like they were getting something for paying rather than just paying. Something that I myself would be okay paying that amount for. And I also had to make whatever I was giving my patrons not take away from the main channel that everyone else was getting. So I need the people watching my channel that aren't supporting me on Patreon to feel like they're getting a full and complete experience and aren't missing out on anything just because they're not on Patreon. But at the same time, I need my patrons to feel like they're getting their value as well. So what that leaves me is mostly content that doesn't fit on my main channel, but is still something that specific people would really like to have and would like to have that interaction with me. So at some point, I'm thinking within the next month or two, I will launch a Patreon, and I've got a lot of plans for it, and I'm thinking it's going to be really cool. If you're watching at this point and you're just like, oh god, here's another YouTuber launching a Patreon, trying to get money and stuff like that, you do not need to worry, because it's not going to take away from anything I'm doing on the channel currently. It's actually going to boost and make the channel better, because I will have a certain level of interaction with fans that want that next level of interaction that normal people watching the channel will not want. But as with all this, details will come as these things come closer. If you have any questions, feel free to tweet me or anything like that. I will do my best to answer with what I know now. And as I said, these will be gradual changes, and take everything with a grain of salt, because plans can change and things like that. I was just trying to let you guys know, kind of what I'm thinking right now and what I hope to do moving forward in 2017. So I hope you guys are excited. If anyone is watching to this point, I am incredibly grateful. And if you are, you should leave a comment down below using a keyword. Let's actually just make the keyword 2017. So if you made it this far, leave 2017 in a comment, and I will know that you've made it this far. And then let me know what you think about some of this stuff. I'm really interested to see your feedback, and I just hope to be better for you guys. I really hope to just take everything that I do to the next level, and really make this something I can be proud of, and that we can really create a community here and help inspire other people to get into 3D modeling. Okay guys, well, once again, thank you so much for watching. Happy 2017. Let's make it better than 2016. Won't be hard.